My girlfriend decided she was going to go on a date with another guy, and I want to be clear. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This wasn't a girls' night she described confusingly. This wasn't a work dinner. She looked me in the eye, in the apartment we share, and told me she was going on a date with another man like it was the most normal sentence in the world. We'd been together 2 years, exclusively. She's actually the one who pushed for that. About 3 months in, she sat me down and told me she didn't do situationships, that she needed commitment or she was out. I told her I was in. We made it official. She told everyone she knew. 6 months ago, she moved into my apartment. Her name isn't on the lease. She doesn't pay rent. I'm not saying that to be cold. I'm saying it because it's relevant. So on a Tuesday night, she comes walking out of the bedroom in a dress I've never seen before. Hair done, perfume on, the whole thing. I'm on the couch, assuming we must have dinner plans I blanked on. I stand up and ask where we're going. She says we aren't going anywhere. She put real emphasis on it. She is going on a date. Something in my chest just went quiet. I asked her to say that again. She did. I stood there for a few seconds, and then I said, very calmly, if you walk out that door, your stuff will be on the lawn when you get back. She looked at me the way you look at someone who just said something a little embarrassing, almost like pity. She said, okay, in that tone that means anything but okay, grabbed her purse off the counter and walked out. The door hadn't fully closed before I went to get boxes. I want to be clear. I'm not the type to make threats. I've never been the dramatic one, but I meant every word I said, and I wasn't going to let her come back and act like I didn't warn her. I started with the closet, her side, then the bathroom, which took the longest because she had an entire shelf of skincare and about 40 candles I've never once seen her light. Everything went out to the front lawn. I stacked it as neatly as I could because I was raised right. About an hour in, my neighbor Frank appears. Frank is in his late 60s, retired, keeps a beautiful garden, waves at every car that passes. He comes out of his house, sees the mountain of boxes and bags on the lawn, sees me coming through the front door with a laundry basket, and goes completely white. He thought we were being robbed. I set the basket down and explained what was happening. He didn't say much. He stood there a moment, looked at the pile, looked at me. Then he said, hold on, and went inside. He came back out with his jacket on, no questions. He just picked up a box and carried it to the lawn. We worked mostly in silence. At one point he said, happened to my cousin's kid. Same situation. That was it. We didn't go further into it. I changed the door code around 10 and set the doorbell camera to send alerts straight to my phone. Then I went inside, ate leftovers over the sink, and watched something on TV. I fell asleep on the couch around 11. My phone buzzed at 12:08 a.m. Doorbell. Motion detected. I grabbed it expecting a raccoon. It was her. Standing at the front door, arms crossed, looking like she was ready to have the worst argument of her life. And behind her, still sitting in my driveway, engine running, was the guy. The one she went on the date with. He drove her back. He was sitting in his car watching her bang on the door of the house she used to live in, and I genuinely cannot imagine what was going through his head. I pressed the speaker button on the doorbell app. She said she couldn't believe I actually did this. She said she had nowhere to go. She said it wasn't even cheating because they didn't do anything. She asked why I was being so dramatic. She said she didn't think I was serious. So I asked her, if I had done the exact same thing, gotten dressed up, told you I was going on a date with someone else, and walked out the door, what would you have done? She said she would have lost her mind completely, but that it was different when she did it. I told her the guy in the driveway had a working car, which meant he could take her somewhere, and that was not my problem. I told her she walked into this herself. I told her I said exactly what I was going to do before she left, and she chose not to believe me. Frank's porch light came on. She dropped her voice and kept talking for another minute or two. I stopped responding. Eventually, she turned and walked back toward the car. I watched through the camera as they sat in the driveway for what felt like a long time. Then the car backed out and the street was empty. I went back to sleep. By 8 the next morning, I had 14 unread messages. Her friends, mostly. A couple people I've met once at a party and exchanged maybe 12 words with. Everyone calling me controlling, unhinged, cruel. She'd clearly gotten ahead of the story. I forwarded the doorbell footage to every single one of them. The full clip. Her showing up, the whole conversation through the speaker, Frank's porch light coming on, the car sitting in the driveway, all of it. The responses started changing within the hour. By noon, half of them were sending messages to her instead of me. A few of them forwarded me what they said. I didn't ask them to do that. I still haven't spoken to her directly. I don't plan